Hello, welcome to another SonicLAB. This is another patch flip, and I did this because GForce software have just released the OB-1, which you can see on the screen here, and it's just got such a lot of character. I just said, oh, can I try it out? And I was really impressed with some of the kind of sonic characteristics of it. I mean, as we know, GForce makes some great plugins, and sound is kind of at the bottom, or the top, rather, the top of their list of priorities, amongst many other things, I'm sure. And this one is a really unusual one. The OB-1 was released in 1978, and apparently it was the sort of first programmable monosynth, which was quite unusual for the time, and really was sort of overshadowed by the Minimoog and other monosynths, and it never really kind of got any traction. And GForce, as we know, have got quite a special relationship with OB-1, and this is all done in, you know, in conjunction with the endorsement of the folks at OB-1. I know Dave and Chris and the team are very respectful of, you know, the legacy and want to make sure they do a good job. And I know Dave's a massive fan of OB-1 synthesizers. So this is really just going to be a patch flip, and I just want to point out maybe some of the stuff. So I've got this set up with just the program change. I've got it set up. If I show you, I've got into the library. I favorited a bunch of patches and just kind of put them in program changes. So I can see there are 4 macros with this. I've got macros listed. So I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4 for the 4 macros. So if you see me adjusting any of that, that will show. You can't see what those parameters are on the main page, but take my word for it, they generally make a difference. So this is another polysynth, which is quite similar in a way, but it just got that. I mean, that was quite simple, although with those modifications, there's just something quite specific about this sound. It's got a really lovely sound to it. Right, let's try another one. I'm keeping the level a bit low because it does have a tendency to really sort of shock you with some of the resonant frequencies, which is quite unusual in a software synth, but I quite like the fact that there's certain uncontrollable aspects of it. Let's try a couple more. This is one I made, actually, and it's got, I think it's got the high pass filter in it, which is an additional plugin. This high pass filter has got a radical amount. It's just switchable, but it's got this quite radical amount of resonance on it, which really, particularly when you're down, you pick out some massive harmonics. This is got some pressure map. This is just one that I made. Sounds very bandpass. Loved it. As ever with the sort of modern generation of GForce plugins, they've got some really nice delays, reverbs. The reverb in this is really nice. Plus the X LFO and X ADSR, which if you don't know about this, it's actually just a really nifty idea. It's sort of unlimited amount of them. You just click on, if you just click on a parameter, say for instance, in this case, fine tune, I've got an LFO assigned to that. If I go to frequency, I've also got another LFO assigned to that. If I went to, I don't know, let's go to, just show you, I could just literally go, right, there's another one. So I'm assigning each parameter has its own LFO that you can assign to it. So you essentially, it's a similar concept to a mod matrix, but actually each parameter has its own LFO and ADSR that you can apply to it. And that's actually, it's something that they've added to many of the things. Also, this is a fully scalable UI, at least as far as I can tell, and I've just scaled it to as big as it'll go. So another nice feature, as well as having the libraries. I'll flip another couple of patches here. Program, let's see where I go. Birth of a Planet. This is by Koryu Audio. I'll close this so we can see the... Just some lovely stereo. That's not even doing much in the terms of stereo. Let's just, does it ambient? This is another one. This is by Lightbath. Patch notes, I don't know, does it? I like the kind of humour and the vibe of these patches as well, and the naming. Some of them I might not even be able to play because they're quite rude. Let's have a look at what those macros do in this instance. Filters. Yeah, lovely. Let's try another one. Casey Opal. Oh, again, I'll shut this down. This is by Corey Audio. These aren't ordered in any specific. Nice. This sounds like, and I don't know if it is, but it sounds like, yeah, sardonic. Anything syncy and unison. He does some really nice aggressive patches. That sounds massive in here. Oh gosh, that's nice, isn't it? Nice one, sardonic. Let's see what the macros do. Lovely wide sound, and I'm guessing, I mean, this is, I don't know where the width is coming from this, because we've got no spread. Lovely, right. Bring the volume up of this. One thing I wish that the labels would come up on this as well, so I know what I'm actually doing on this side. Really nice. I mean, I know there's quite a lot of effects, but the effects are nice. This again got the high pass. So I'm just going to show you what. I mean, that's going to be blowing up. You can hear there's a huge amount of resonance on this, and it really picks out those low harmonics. I like the fact that they haven't added the resonance on this, so you just get what it is, and it's really easy to distort, which I think is quite a brave thing to do. I mean, distort internally, I guess. And by all accounts, the original OB-1 was quite angry and aggressive, so I guess they've sort of kept that. So you do need to be a little careful when you're programming from scratch. Let's see what this one's like. Who's this one by? Corey Audio. Trying to remember vague memories as they come into focus. Yeah, that's quite a filmic description, isn't it? You can imagine I'm just waking up in, let's say, a futuristic railway carriage, and I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing there. Something possibly bad has happened. There's sunlight streaming through a shuttered window as we zoom across a sort of slightly Mars-like desert landscape, and I'm just going, what the heck just happened? Quite like that, and I like this description of it. again, this one, the volume is quite far down. It's got attitude, this thing. I really do like the sort of raw sounds of it. Just a sort of straightforward long release bass, quite like that. This is June, isn't it? Let's have a look. Who did this one? Someone called PKH. Without that, I've got a mapping here. I mean, it's possible just to set the CC mappings quite easily. I just happen to have mapped this. This is obviously, it stays with patch changes. So I've got the mod wheel to LFO amount. Maybe I should just clear that. I wonder if I can clear that. Yeah, I'll clear that because it might not work. But I've got the macros mapped down here. So there we go. Let's try another one. Who's this one by? Jordan Passmore. Some of these are really new names to me. And I've got Aftertouch going in. We can switch in the settings. I think we've got the opportunity to do. Let's have a look. If I close this, I probably can have a look. See what we've got. Poly pitch bend, so I guess that means, I think it's MPE, maybe MPE out of the bag. Obviously they've made this polyphonic, which is a new thing. The original wasn't, but it sounds great like that. Right, let's see what's next. I guess that might be Zordonic, just because... No, K/V. Nice, let's try another one. Mono sound. Try another one. Ah, patch from Dave. This probably means, have we got the arpeggiator sequencer? No, it's not running. It must be all happening in modulation, which is very clever. Let's try another patch. Nice. Rawson, another. This doesn't have distortion, but it sort of sounds like it does. I think there's just some drive that's going on. That kind of whoom, whoom, I think that's got to be this, has it not? Maybe not. Yeah, you can hear that high pass sort of outrageous resonance, which I like. I like the fact that it's sort of out of control. Really interesting use of a high pass as an effect. I don't know if that was ever there on the original. I mean, I really know nothing about the original. This was nice. Just very subtle, nice and simple. This one by Corey Audio's got some good patches in here. Good work, whoever you are. This will do 16 voices, up to 16 voices. Like that. Let's try another one. Yes, maybe this is using the... Yes, that looks like the sequencer. I've got a sequencer, 3-row sequencer. Perhaps we put glide in there, that's interesting. Is that glide? Oh, I haven't, no, I don't think there's anything assigned to that. Nice though. This gives you more of a sort of sense of just how sort of grungy it can get. If I turn that up, I'd get the peak lights going on my monitors. Really deep, low. Nice, real kind of 70s sci-fi cartoon kind of sound. Nice. Some lovely pads in here. That's aftertouch. Again, that's what happens with loads of the GForce stuff. The scaling of the parameters and the way that they respond to controls is really the sort of velocity and the envelope curves. They pay a lot of attention to that stuff, which is why their emulations of some of these classic synths is so spot on, because they feel like the original hardware. got to be sardonic. Anything that sounds like this, yeah. Yeah, nice. I think I played this one earlier. Another lovely one from Dave Spears, who's really good with the... Interesting aftertouch effects there. So I think actually what I'm going to do, let me just... we go to library, we'll do an init patch, and I can show you what some of just this isn't a review, like I say, but just an idea of where some of these extreme sounds come from. So this is just, let's just do right, let's go unison. Oops. And the spread. Two-pole or a four-pole filter, but listen to what that resonance is really. I mean, it's a two-pole resonance, which is sort of not what you'd expect, but you can really, and then you go to four, but we can really add some quite uncontrollable resonance here. Let's do. And that's one of the sort of things, and then add a low octave in. And then, you know, let's change, this is one oscillator. We can change the, I'll take that down. Let's come back out of unison. Have I got this right? Ah, sorry, I'm changing the wrong thing. Beg your pardon. We can change the scale and the range of the... This is quite nice. We go this into unison. Let's go into poly. Let's maybe choose 2 of these and bring this up. Bit of detune. Add that spread, which is kind of throwing the voices. Just the sound of those raw waveforms. We can go to this other. Take that out of sync. Take the resonance down. Let's bring this high pass filter in. This is, I don't want to go too deep, but I just want... Listen to that. Let's take the release down a bit. Two-pole resonance is just, and there's a really nice, we can sort of really pluck out some of those harmonic. Let's get a bit of reverb on there. I'm going to add an X mod LFO to that. Take it out of sync. need the reverb there. Let's mod this one. Let's go big. You can hear it's just starting to break up, so we really need to watch those levels. I love it. Anyway, so behind OB-1 is currently on offer with GForce for $49.99, excluding VAT. I think that's a bargain. I mean, this is full of character and really good fun to play with, so I'd thoroughly recommend checking it out. It goes up to $99, which, again, because it's got this character, I just think it's a good piece of work. Well done, everybody at GForce. Nice work. Right, let's go back to a few more patches. I'll play you out with them.